Vinicius13's Iceberg contains many apocalyptic topics like this one sells in creative mode. Friends, what you're about to see could make anyone cry. Nearly a decade ago, Vinicius began his series In Search of the Automatic House. In episode 4, our hero was accused of conveniently using game mode. He found 2 blacksmith cells, one for himself and one for his friend Davy Gamer. Just ahead, horses also appeared, everything he was looking for, and after receiving several accusations that it had been placed there using creative mode, Viniccius13 made a video answer. He said, "Calm down everyone." He created a new world with the same seed as the series. He went to the village and showed that, yes, the cells spawned there naturally, and after that, he even vented to the audience.
Wow, can you imagine if every video I make, I have to prove to you guys the things that happen in the video, guys? I'm getting sad, you know? I'm not sad, but it feels like people don't trust me. Whenever something happens, they assume I'm cheating. Why would I? Guys, when have I ever lied to you about anything? When has anything ever happened for you to be suspicious?
Men with a time machine, don't accuse Viniccius13 of using creative mode. And unlike certain YouTubers whose names start with F and end with Nito, the cells are legit. Today we'll finish breaking down the entire iceberg created by Reddit user DAT about Viniccius13. Get your popcorn ready, there are countless things few people know about. Looking at the number of topics, you can see why there won't be another YouTuber like Viniccius13. Adult Chupacabra. In the third layer of the iceberg, we have one of the funniest gems in the Minecraft community, which many people have seen but probably don't remember. In Operation Headstone, Vinicius and Forever discovered a Chupacabra, a mob from an animal mod. Their goal was to try to tame the animal, so they were researching and gathering resources to do that. At one point, Forever asks Vinicius to read the item description in English. Let's watch the animated version of this scene, it turned out great.
Karn himself already says that adults are wild. No. Read it as it is. It's in English. I won't read it like this. Don't read it in English, okay? How can I read it if it's in English? I'll get everything wrong. I don't know how to read English. Go on. No. I'll read it. Yeah, it's going to sound weird.
Too good. Eventually, this became an inside joke among the show's fans. Pyramid of Mirrors. Viniccius13's first video, posted in June 2011, was a basic review of his creation. Still in the beta version of Minecraft, the Pyramid of Mirrors consisted of a reflected structure giving the impression that there was actually a mirror on the ground. Years later, the YouTuber rebuilt this in his Automatic House series. For nostalgia's sake, it was interesting to see our hero's evolution and how well his journey turned out.
Now it's a serious moment.
Bro, it's time to reflect. Sacred Tree. In the first episode of the YouTuber's famous series, he and Davi find wolves worshipping a tree. This happened because a sheep was stuck in the leaves at the top. In Minecraft, wolves naturally chase sheep. And as you guys noticed, Vinicius at that time destroyed the original tree to get wood. However, years later, that tree showed up again in some episodes because Davi rebuilt it in episode 100 as a form of nostalgia.
The Sacred Tree. But where are the little wolves, man, my dude? But look at the Sacred Tree, guys, for those who missed it. In the first episode, we had a tree kind of over there, with a sheep sort of up on top, and there were about 3 wolves trying to eat it. So we called it the Sacred Tree.
So that's something pretty interesting because I remember sometimes watching some episodes and not even realizing that the Sacred Tree wasn't actually the original tree. Vivian and Dalila. These characters only appeared 2 or 3 times in the series, so it's likely that many people have already forgotten about them. To honor female viewers, the YouTuber chose to use his skin's female version. I agree with his decision. If it were up to me, women wouldn't have cramps. They deserve only good things. In the end, it seems the girls like this tribute. Guys, seriously, am I the only one who thought it was really cute that they paid tribute to all the girls on this app? Seriously, thank you. And well, sorry for reading it this way, but that's exactly how I imagine you all in my head. Women.
Hey girls, how are you? I'm Vivian, and today we're back with our series In Search of the Automatic Makeup with my friend Dalila. What's up, Dalila? All good? Hey, Vinico? I can't do it, Vinico. It's too embarrassing.
Hey girls, how's it going? Vinny's saying he wouldn't vote for Trez. Don't mix politics with Minecraft since we live in a democracy where everyone can choose their representative or abstain. In the case of the Redstone King, many years ago he mentioned in a very superficial way that he doesn't associate himself politically with the number 13 even though it's his favorite number. And as you know, the number 13 is the number of the Workers' Party and consequently of Lula. That's the
election bug is complicated, huh guys? I don't care, and just let those things happen. Just offering support to parties that need a little help from 13, right?
Yeah.
Man, the thing is, there's no 13 here, but even if there was, I wouldn't vote for them either.
Honestly guys, Lula is not the best representative for a country. Recently he even made a statement saying that games have a negative influence on children. Minecraft players will become engineers when they grow up because of this amazing game. Random guy. This topic is on the Iceberg's third layer, but to me, it could be much deeper. Vinicius' channel has featured various animated intros like his name appearing stylishly with a cool fly. Even he fought forever in a frantic battle ending with epic moments. A channel with 35,000 subscribers, Cara Aleatorio, recreated Vinicius' classic intro in Lego. As you can see, the result is amazing and genius. It breaks the fourth wall using Lego animation. And by the way, this talented man also recreated David's intro from the Craft Game series. And I also can't forget to mention that even Vinicius got a Lego animation. His iconic saxophone intro was also remade. Seriously, Cara Aleatorio does a great job. April Fool's Day. On the 1st of April 2017, all the men in Brazil cried because of this prank from our hero. As you can imagine, since it was April Fool's Day, Vinicius pulled a prank saying that the series was going to end. This occurred in episode 184 of the series, right at the start. Now the original segment has been removed. Even so, Super Lauso Detective managed to recover it through the Wayback Machine, an internet time capsule.
Hey guys, I'm Vinicius and we're here with another video. And today folks, we're back with our series In Search of the Automatic House. And guys, here's the thing. Today is a weird episode because it's going to be the last episode of this series. But it's also a very special episode. Because 1 plus 8 is 9 plus 4 is 13, you know? So the series, well, on the day it hits 13, the series ends. Guys, it's a shame, right? It's been some good years, you know? It's been almost 4 years of this series. We laughed a lot. It was wonderful the whole time. And Davey, after seeing what we've built here, I wanted to say a very important phrase, which is never give up on your dreams, man. If you end up at one bakery, look for another. And it's sad news for you all, but I also have some happy news that I'm going to leave this map available for you to download. It'll be in the description, one of the first links, just like I promised, right? At the beginning of the series, I said that at the end I would leave the map for you to download. And that's it, guys.
So, in theory, that would be the series' final episode and we could download the official map. It turns out that by accessing the link that was in the description, we ended up at an unlisted video titled Install the Map. Check it out, it's a lie, an apology for falling off a motorcycle. Going down a layer in this iceberg, we have one of the most apocalyptic things in the franchise. And this is one of those topics that probably nobody knew about, because it's so old. He had around 50,000 subscribers and disappeared for a while due to a motorcycle accident. I had no idea he rode a motorcycle. Can you picture the Redstone King revving his engine on the street? Funny thing is, he was probably about 20 then and just a really nice guy. He apologized for having an accident. He actually said sorry for getting into one. Seriously, that's not a joke.
And I sincerely apologize for the time I couldn't be here with you these past 2 months, but I'm really sorry everyone. I messed up and had a motorcycle accident, but I'm doing really well now. I'm really fine.
Automatic Science was a cool segment from the Automatic House series, but it only ran for a few episodes. Basically, Vinicius would take some crazy idea involving redstone or some experiment to test inside Minecraft. One example is the bug they found that lets you lie under boats or minecarts. When you have wings and ride an entity, your character stays in the flying position. At cloud height, Vinicius pretended to be a hero like Super Daozão. Watch a clip from an animation where they attempt to fly with elytra while riding a saddled pig that's being pulled.
Hey Davizão, awesome. So man, this week I got a picture, dude, of a guy riding a pig flying with another guy pulling him. That's wild. I wanted to try this with you. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3.
Do you guys want to see this?
Wow, man, you don't even have an elytra, Davizão. You really don't need anything.
5,000 cows deleted. Now we have a rather curious mystery. Episode 224 of In Search of the Automatic House was deleted due to copyrighted music. At the time, Vinicius was struck and could only keep his head down. a user downloaded the original video and re-uploaded it on YouTube. But in a way, there's still an episode missing from the official series playlist. For anyone wondering, the content isn't special, just YouTubers breeding thousands of cows and farming lots of leather. And still on the fourth layer of the iceberg, we have topics that aren't really worth going into detail about. Scorpion, Stone Farm, Elevator, Zipper, and Spider's Hideout are examples of topics from Viniccius13's old videos and tutorials. At the time, this all made sense as part of the Automatic House series or a tutorial. Now they've been erased from the map and reduced to just a redstone build or contraption. Knowing that, let's move on to the fifth layer of the iceberg, Cabasso 2012. The audience is now used to Vinic recording only with Davi. There was a time when the influencer joined more collaborations. One of those random gigs was the Canal Dorato, now with 100,000 subscribers. In a rare video, 4 people played Uno, but the event we're discussing occurred before filming. Vinicius found out someone had already used his email when he tried to access something. Plus, they used a unique nickname, I don't know.
My god, how did I get it right like that? I have a million emails, my god. Cabasso 2012. Wait, that's not my account. What do you mean? Cabasso 2012.
Giving a creative essay in the chat would stagnate. I left the Baptiste notification available. I'm back. Wonk later.
We could make a diamond pickaxe so we can get obsidian and collect quartz in the nether.
Okay, so I've already made a diamond pickaxe.
Alright, I'll get it now. Let me see. 1, 2 stones. Alright.
And like almost 10 years ago, people were already making negative comments when they found out that some YouTuber was using game mode. Many believe this began with Felipe Neto and me, but it existed in the community long before. Because of the many comments, the Redstone Wizard had to speak up in the next video explaining why he used game mode.
And talk to you guys, which was when I lay down on the bed. Here guys, some messages popped up in the chat saying that my game mode was changed. I didn't worry about it, because I thought you guys wouldn't suspect me. In this case, I could have stolen something from creative mode, but I didn't. I could have cut that part out of the video to avoid this mess, but I wanted to explain what happened. So you don't think I'm stealing anything from creative mode because we would never cheat. And because we're doing a survival series, it's not to steal anything from creative mode, guys. It's to play in survival. That's what I promised you guys. I'm gonna do this. I'll try to build the house without using it. It's a challenge for me. It's not just to prove it to you, no. It's not just to please you, no. I also challenge myself to build something cool with redstone in survival. And that's pretty much it. We used the game mode to take a screenshot, guys. We took a screenshot to use as the video thumbnail. I flew over and took a screenshot of this field.
He switched to creative mode just to get a screenshot for a video thumbnail. Ah, Leo, unbelievable. He may have used it for something else too. Actually, the thumbnail for the second episode is a screenshot of the player flying. So the story that Vinicius told is true. Also, watching the first 2 episodes, there's no evidence they used creative mode. Back then, videos had no cuts, so it was much rarer for someone to hide something from the audience. Davi flying. In the second episode of the series, we had another moment that sparked rumors. Pay close attention, it's really quick. But at 16 minutes and 44 seconds, you can see Davy flying over the ravine.
He's going to take the screenshot. Then you put flint and an iron bar.
Oh no, that's the lighter, right?
I'm talking about flint, which is just a little stone.
So,
I've already got it here. For me, it was possible to make this little stone. There's a zombie here, man.
just this scene was enough for many people to consider that, in fact, they were using creative mode. But that's even easier to explain since at the time, they played together via Hamachi. Davy's lag was always extreme. They don't have that issue now, but in the early years, it was common to see Davy lagging in episodes. And it's clear that him flying was just because of lag. If we pause while he's flying, we see him access the furnace. The lag disappears a second later. And he teleports to the other side of the ravine, still accessing the furnace. So yes, it was just lag. Computer in Minecraft. Now let's go to a side of Paulo Vinicius that few people know, his redstone contraptions. Before the daily live series, the YouTuber often posted tutorials on inventions made with red dust. We saw this recently in the episode where he builds the 3D printer, a megalomaniac machine years in development. In 2013, Vinny posted a video about a computer he built using only Redstone. Actually, it's more like a typewriter, right? Because you press the keys to write a message. Still, it's absurd and brilliant since under 1% of Minecraft players could do that.
Come on, this is a regular keyboard just like any other. When you press a button, the corresponding letter will show up there. It's very fast. I press the button and it appears immediately. I used the minimum possible delay here to make it as realistic as possible, right? Because when we type, it shows up right away. This one still has a bit of delay, but it's really fast. And here, all these characters here work. It's a regular keyboard with the digits, the numeric digits there. There are some symbols, but not all. However, there's a symbol creator right here. I'll explain to you how it works in a moment, okay? Here are the basic keyboard functions. Backspace and enter.
What I love about these old videos is their simplicity. It's nice when they're not endless. Dopamine drops on the screen, you know? It's not like something new pops up every second. Our generation is getting more and more precocious because of TikTok, and I'm not even talking about performance in bed. Vini used to put the download link in the description so you can still try and remember his works today. Forgotten algae farming is bizarre, almost a collective delusion. In episode 237, they built an algae farm by the lighthouse shown on the map. This farm was rarely used, possibly only once since algae isn't very useful. At least, I don't remember Vinicius ever using that farm for anything, so if you think about it, it might have even been destroyed and nobody remembers. In episode 304, a few years later, a fishing farm was built near the lighthouse, and you can even see the kelp farm way in the background. But it's totally ignored. I think it was forgotten, or maybe it doesn't exist and is just a delusion. Zegrudento memory. And this is a very interesting Easter egg in the series since it ended up happening in 2 different episodes several years later. At 8 minutes into episode 182, Forever Soldier and others notice a zombie trapped in the potion farm decoration. At the time, they just ignored it and later even renamed him using a name tag, calling him Zegrudento.
Guys, it's done and turned out great. Man, you guys have to see this. It's Zedroginia Zegrudento is his brother. Zegosmento is on the other side. That's a different one. But what kind of mob farming day is this? Look at the news. That's it, guys.
A long time later, in episode 232, Vinicius needs to check something at the potion farm and ends up running into Zegrudento again. And at this point in the game, many people didn't even remember or didn't even know who he was. However, they ended up witnessing his sad end.
This drunkard is still here, man. Where is he? What was his name again? I don't think we gave him a name. Let me try to see. Oh man, there's this Zegrudento. Oh no, don't kill Zegrudento. Don't kill Zegrudento. Don't. He passed away. Why did you kill Zegrudento there? All that remained was this glass, which he used for cachaça. Guys, my god, man. Let's keep this glass here. Put it in the corner. It was Zegrudento's glass, man. I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. If you...
Murderer! Comment F down below, in honor of Zegrudento, one of the coolest secondary characters from the old Nether series. And this should be part of the Minecraft Iceberg, for real. In 2019, Mojang announced the Nether update version 1.16. From then on, we had a new dimension with various biomes, mobs, and structures. Many players who discovered the blocky game in 2020 don't realize the Nether was once a lifeless dimension. Before that update, we only had lava and nether rock. However, we can't forget about the zombie pigments. A sacrifice was necessary. There were no piglins, but there were zombie pigmen, and these mobs were beautiful and peaceful. They were replaced in version 1.16, meaning in at least half the series. We saw a version of Minecraft that's very different from today's, like F zombie pigmen. This layer also includes armor stands, optical illusions, and giant pistons, all simply creations by the influencer. But some topics like Mano, nobody, I have no idea what they're about, Herobrine. And now, reaching the 6th layer of this iceberg, we have the most famous legend in the game. To sum up the story, Herobrine would be a ghostly entity that appears in Minecraft on rare occasions in a mysterious way. The most famous account of the legend is this screenshot showing the player hidden in the fog after many hours of gameplay and recording. Some people firmly claim they've already seen Herobrine in the automatic house. A practical example occurred in episode 131 during a time-lapse of players collecting wool from sheep. Pay close attention. If you look closely, it's clear that in the background there's a player with the Herobrine skin. The editor will zoom in so you can see it clearly. Vinicius never mentioned it, so it's clear this was just an Easter egg to troll series viewers. In this episode, Davey Napoleon and Cameraman 13 participated, so it's very likely that one of them put on the Herobrine skin, and that's not something very rare. Since on other occasions, like in episode 281, the editor simulated Herobrine's white eyes in the background of the video to make the guys curious. It also happened in 2020, as you can see in this screenshot, an edit made with the same intention. Vini on G1. This is pure internet randomness. Brazilians are successful in internet videos about the game Minecraft. An article published by Globo's news portal in 2013, the report itself isn't anything special, it just mentions content creators who were successful at the time. They interviewed Viniccius13, who gave a brief statement. My most remarkable build is Christ the Redeemer, which became my channel's trademark. There's a screenshot of the Christ the Redeemer build, showing some of his work from that period. The post also mentions Selbit, who used to upload Minecraft videos. Minigera, and this is one of the most random things the YouTuber has done, but this time in a different game mode, competitive Minecraft. A year ago, I made a perfect video explaining how it went. That's where we first saw the Red Dust Wizard battling against other influencers 6 years ago. Back in 2015, TensorCraft brought together Viniccius13 and Mukase. The video is unique. TensorCraft had a series on his channel called Minigera. Few probably remember since it's been so long, but it was very interesting and focused on battles and player versus player. In short, two teams. One attacks the other's fortress while the other defends. As mentioned, they invited Viniccius13 on that occasion, who is also a very smart guy. His main advantage would be using Redstone and his tricks to stand out in the game. He ended up humiliating TensorCraft. Anyway, two teams were formed. The first had 3 members and they could build in creative mode as much as they wanted for 15 minutes. The second team had 5 members. They would have 15 minutes to mine and gather resources for invading and conquering the fortress. From the other team, the first group was Viniccius13, Peck and Mike. The second was Mukase, Cafinado, Davidorp, JVPC and Eric. That's right man, 5 against 3. Do you guys think that was unfair? I don't know, because if Super Lozo were there using just 1% of his power, he would defeat all 8 by himself. So you have to think carefully about that before jumping to any conclusions. And something interesting is these collabs, since they used to be much more frequent in the past. Vinicius had many unique friends and promoted someone new in nearly every video. I remember a video titled Guest Gigante, where he and Davey introduced Gotus, Brazil, a guy without a channel who knew a lot about Redstone. At 10 minutes, we see one of his works, an upside down skeleton atop another skeleton. Sometimes I wonder how the players from back then are doing. Life is strange. The king of the red stick exploded. Many others chose different paths. It almost gave me an existential crisis. Then...
Gotus doesn't have a channel for now. If he ever creates one, I'll be flattered. If he lets me, I'll promote his channel. The guy is cool and handsome. Plus, there's Redstone on the back. That's awesome, man, huh? So that's it, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who watched the video up to this point. Thank you so much, Davi, for being part of the video. Hey, man.
I'm the one who...
Thank you for the invitation. Davi asked me, hey, Vinicius, can I be in your video? Exactly, right, man? Then I'll give you $10 later. So it's a deal. That's it, guys. Thank you so much to everyone who watched the video up to this point. Thanks, and see you in the next video. I'm out.
Origin of 13. This topic lies deep within the iceberg. It's not for nothing, because it's almost impossible to know the origin of 13. There are several puns about this number, and Vinicius, we know he loves 13 and often includes Easter eggs with these digits, but we don't know why. I think it's very likely that it's just a lucky number, that, I don't know, he liked when he was a teenager and ended up keeping it, or maybe it was some wild ritual to get famous. But anyway, I found a tweet from him from 2012 that said the following: 13 has always brought me luck, but come to think of it, when? At 13 I got my first job, so it's the unlucky number. In other words, Vinicius' relationship with this number is kind of apocalyptic. I don't know much about it, but since we're discussing Easter eggs, I need to mention something that annoys me. The YouTuber's current skin has the letter M, which I've mentioned here is because M is the 13th letter in the alphabet. Still, many people insist it's due to Machinima, the old network managing his channel. Many don't realize it, but the classic spinning company logo intro should jog your memory. But anyway, the M isn't because of the network, okay? If anyone comments that on this video, I'm I'm going to go crazy. The influencer has used several skins, even appearing all in black in craft games, which I think looked much better. In other episodes, he even changed the 13 on his back to 14, creating mystery since he hates that number, because it belongs to his evil version. Deleted videos from Viniccius13 are common, and it's often overlooked that some Casa Automatica episodes are filmed. Missing, as I already mentioned in this video. This is because they received copyright strikes. A channel called Reupload of the deleted videos from Viniccius13 re-uploaded these videos to preserve this work. In this layer of the iceberg, we also see inventions like the automatic barbecue grill, magic stopwatch, and diamond hideout, just creations by the influencer. I don't know what cover, SUS or automatic trash are about. Minecraft adventure. Reaching the 7th layer of the iceberg, are we really close to rock bottom? This was one of the first series about Vinny's experiences, but few know it since it went nowhere. It was a gameplay in Minecraft's single player mode, version 1.8 from 2011.
Did you like the video? Leave your like and share it. Turn on notifications for new videos. Turn on notifications. Next. There's nothing against it taking steroids, no. I think it's totally normal. I myself have never taken them, but I'll also never take them again.
Whoa, Vinicius13 is in shape because of hormones. Destruction of the concentration camp. Okay, maybe this is the apocalyptic topic of today's video. He's talking about a clip where Vinicius makes a pun. It sells nowadays. It's unusual.
We finished dismantling the Nazi concentration camp.
And of course, the YouTuber was referring to a farm involving villagers, but it's still pretty random. How do you create a server? And this video is a treasure of the Minecraft community where players used to play together through a program called Hamash. Currently, the most popular software for this is Redmi, but those who are a bit older used Hamash a lot. It's cool that Vinicius teaches how to use the program in his tutorial. He leaked his IP, so anyone could have taken down his internet. Actually, I'm not sure about that since I don't know much. Regarding hacking skills, Vinicius stands out for knowing how to protect himself from fake friends. Let's hear his lesson.
Sometimes your friend may not be a true friend. He might want to get into your files and mess with your computer. By Hamash, there are a lot of people who can do that. So I'll give you a tip here that will help with that. You guys are going to come here to the network environment, everyone, and right click and go to properties. Then you will go to change adapter settings. After that, you will come here to the Hamash network. Right click and then go to properties. After that, this little window will open. You will scroll down this bar here, roll it down, and you'll see it here. File and printer sharing. Sharing. Uncheck this option here, guys. This will remove the possibility for them to access any of your files. So, with this option here, it becomes much more secure.
Back then, Windows was version 7 and Skype was the chat program. No one expected what was coming, no one thought Discord would arrive and end Skype. Eretinok Albazuiz's new Jeep. At the iceberg's last layer, things are already getting pretty strange. In episode 331, the influencer used 3 zombie piglins in the farm he was building. He used name tags to prevent mobs from disappearing. One piglin, specifically, got this strange name, which seems to be just random head bashing on the keyboard.
I got 2. Bro, it's starting to shake the thing a lot. It's starting to lag. It's lagging a bit. Got all 3. Stay close so they don't disappear. I'll grab and rename them now. Look, I'm going to rename this one, and this. Very good. Now, Dave, it's time to upload them there.
What few people noticed is that, reading it backwards, we get the word piglin. Zombie. Backwards, yes. Some small riddles and icebergs are quite common throughout much of the series, even nowadays. EZERT, similar to the last topic, this is another name with a hidden iceberg. In 2012, Vinicius unveiled Azert Castle, one of his creations, featuring an automatic gate.
It was the Azert Castle. That name, guys, if you understood it, leave a comment down below. That name has a subliminal message. Will you tell me what it is? If I say the name like that, you might not notice the message, but I'll keep the castle's name in the video title, okay? So you analyze it and leave it in the comments. So,
at that time of the tutorials, there were several interesting gems because there was already a redstone community. Honestly, in the last layer, some things are nearly impossible to find, like Siki, Dalva salting with brine, and the legend of green huffles. They're likely random gems mentioned by participants during videos, making them very specific things. My suggestion for the author of the Iceberg, DAT, is to leave some description about these items on the iceberg. Pituxino died. Pituxino himself is someone that few people know since he was the channel's first mascot. And in that same video where we got to know Iceberg Castle, the video introduces us to Pituxinho, a wolf who would accompany the YouTuber for many years, and
I wanted to show you our new little friend here. Our new companion for the tutorials, which is this little wolf here. I found him lost here in the world of Rito, guys. So I decided to bring him here to join us in the tutorials. He's still a bit shy. Come back here, but he doesn't have a name yet. I'd like you to give him a name. I believe he's male. You can't really tell. Let me see. You can't really know if he's male, right, guys? Here in Minecraft, you can't really tell that, but it looks like he's a little male. So, I'd like you to give him a name, a really cool name. And for now, since he doesn't have a name, right? I'm going to call him Pituxinho, since he's still a tiny little wolf.
like Jazz Ghost's Fu, Pituxinho the wolf is also a pet. Years later, in the Automatic House series, Vinindo tamed some wolves in the first episodes and, of course, remembered Pituxinho. However, the original wolf had been gone long before. While the Redstone wizard made gadgets, his wolf fell into an automatic passage.
So he could get through. Oh no, Pituxinho. Damn, Pituxinho. No, Pituxi.
My god.
Oh my god, what do I do now? I'll just spawn another one. Damn, no feeling. I'll spawn another. Alright, the wolf Pituxinho, guys. It wasn't my intention, guys, I swear.
Holy 34. That's it. I'm done discussing this because we're going too far. Please don't look it up. It's just a website with adult content involving fictional characters or even celebrities, like in the case of Viniccius13. So that's how we finished the Megalomaniac Iceberg. From one of the biggest Minecraft YouTubers, if you watched this far, comment Redstone Gang. In parts 1 and 2, we checked out the main layers of the iceberg with the main builds and main characters. There are also other obscure topics, so binge watch the channel later. You'll enjoy it. Thanks for liking and thank you.